to see different command structures, how you are going to create objects in the sense it might be a stored procedure, it might be anything. In the SQL server, object means the thing which exists in real world. Okay, object means your book is an object, like in a real time scenario, book is an object, pen is an object, your glass is an object, plate is an object. Same way, whatever thing exists on the database, that all comes under, you will call it as an object. So you created a table, right? So table is a one kind of object. So we have seen the table. There are some other things called stored procedures. They are also objects. Okay, so on. Views is an object. So we are going to study about this all, nothing to worry. So like that, whatever thing exists on the database, we call all them as the objects. So in a real time scenario, in the database point of view, if you want to create any object, there are certain commands. By using that commands only, you will be creating many objects. You will be creating the objects. You will create an object. You can change an existing object, or you can completely drop an existing object, or you can, if there is any data in the object, you can only remove that data in the object. You can update data in the object. Okay, that all things, if you want to do anything, there are certain commands. Their commands are divided into different groups. Okay, you will be using that commands, like you may call it as command, or you may call it as syntaxes for different approaches. Okay, so in T-SQL, if you want to do anything, their commands are categorized into three types mainly. DML. DML means data manipulation language. Data manipulation. Next, DCL, data control language. Yeah, I am writing just shortcut. And next we call it as DDL, data definition language. Data definition language. Data definition language. And next you have one more called TCL, transaction control language. Transaction control language. So here, whatever operations you do on data, let's say this is my table. Okay, in my table, I'll just set my pad. Okay, yeah, in my table I am having data. Okay, this is ID and this is name. Okay, if I want to insert some ID 1A, if I want to insert one more record 2B, and if I want to insert if I want to update B to C, or if I want to delete 2C, or whatever operations I perform on data, whatever operations I perform on data, you will be using DML, data manipulation language commands. So in DML, the commands you will be having here is that select, you can make a note, update, because it all deals with the data, delete, insert. Okay, these 4 commands comes under DML, means you will be using these 4 commands to modify the data in its object, or you may call anything to modify a data. It is mainly used to modify a data, to insert a data, to add data, to update data, to delete data, or to pull data. Okay, so whatever things you want, you can do by using this all 4 commands. So these 4 commands are categorized into DML. They will call it as DML, data manipulation language. What is the we'll go with the DCL later on. What is the DDL? DDL, in the sense, it is a data definition language. So what is a data definition language is that you create one table. Okay, you create one table. So previously we have seen whatever things you deal with the data, but here you deal with the object. You create a table, you added one column, ID, name, and if you want to add another column called address. So it is not related with the data, it is related with the structure of a table. So you can add a table, or you can create a table, you can add a column to a table, or you can drop existing column, okay, or you can change the existing column. That all comes under the data definition language. It deals with the structure of a object, like creating, altering, dropping and truncating. Okay, this all comes under structure of the if you want to deal anything that relates to the structure of the objects, then you are going to use a DDL. So when it comes to DDL, the things you have is that create, alter, drop and truncate. We are going to see each details in detail about each one. Create, alter, drop, truncate. So these 4 commands relates to DDL. DDL means data definition language. And next one comes to DCL, data control language. Manas, you asked me one question, right? Can we give access to table level? So by using data control language, you can control security at the table level, not at the, because if you want to control security at the database level or the server level, you can control by using the you can add users and you can do that. See, this is at the server level. In the server level you have security, and this is at the database level. If I go to any database, I'll have a folder called security. I can do this way. But when I open any table, I don't have any security at the table level. So if you want to give any security at the table level, then you can use DCL commands. So there are 2 types of DCL. DCL means data control language. So that the 2 commands are grant and revoke. These 2 commands are used for the data control. Like if you want to give access to the table level, then you will use these 2 commands. Next, the last and final one is a TCL. TCL is nothing but the transaction control language. I am going to explain in detail. So whenever if you want to control the flow of data, like you might be seeing there might be some games, right, step by step level. If you complete the level 1 only, then only it will enter you to go to the level 2. Suppose in the level 1, let's say you need to complete up to this much and you are completed it to half, the game will fail and you are out of game, and again next time when you start, you need to start from the beginning. But when you are done with the first game, when you again start it, it will not ask you the level 1, it will directly ask you the level 2. It's kind of, I am going to explain that. So like you can control the flow of data in a database. You can control the flow of data. For that you will use a transaction control language. In the transaction control language, there are 4 types. Okay. So one is a transaction, commit, rollback and save point. Okay, in transaction control language, you got transaction, commit, rollback and save point. These are the 4 important points that these are the 4 topics that I cover in the transaction control language. So do you have any doubts in these 4 topics? It's only a high level we are going to do. So I am again covering them. DML means data manipulation language. DML always deals with the data. If you want to change anything on the data level, then you will use the DML commands. The DML commands are select, update, delete and insert. If you want to change the structure of an object, in the sense you can call table or anything. If you want to change the structure, like create a structure, delete a remove the structure, change the structure, anything, then you will use the DCL commands. DCL commands are create, alter, drop and truncate. Next you go to the DCL means data control language. It is used to control the data security at the table level. Data control, I said run something, right? Okay. Data control language it is used to control the security at the data level, table level, security at the table level. So the 2 types of DCL are grant and revoke. Next come to DDL. DDL means it is a data definition language which is used to control the structure of the object. So for the DDL you will be using create, alter, drop, truncate command. TCL means controlling the data flow on a database or controlling the data flow. Then you use a transaction control language. In the transaction control language you are having 4, that is a transaction, commit, rollback and save point. So first what we are going to do is that first I am going to do at the DDL. we'll go step by step. First I am going to explain the DDL. So DDL means you will have create, alter, drop, truncate. I'll go to the DDL. First, yeah, there are different types: create, alter, drop, truncate. First, if you want to create a table, as we already discussed in the previous class, when I said regarding the data types, first I have created a table and I have shown a sample table, right? Same way, create table, table name. And one more thing you need to worry. See, create table means I am creating an object type of table, so that's why I am using a table. If I want to create a stored procedure, then I will write create procedure. So these are and procedure name. If I want to create a view, create view. This is the object type and view name. Same way, since everything has its own syntax. So for creating any object, you will use a create command, and later on you will use the object type and the name, and afterward followed by the syntax for that object. So table name, I'll name the table as DDL test, or else I'll write everything in caps lock. Then what I'll do, here I'll give ID as integer. Next I'll give name as varchar, and now here see, I'll give the varchar as 10 characters. Done. Now I have created a table. I have created the table. It is in the temp database. So if I go to the temp database, if I refresh the tables, then I can see the table structure. The table name is DDL underscore test. See, I can see the DDL underscore test. When I open this and when I click on the columns, I can see the two columns. ID is the integer type, name is the varchar 10. Now what I want to add one more column called address. Since I have already created a table, if I want to add one more column called address, so what I will do, I will use alter command to change the existing structure. If you want to change the existing structure, then you will use the alter command. Alter, it is also same way. If you want to use a procedure, alter procedure. Object type, alter object type. Since I am altering the table, so I will write alter table. Table name is DDL underscore test, which I already created. Okay. Then next I want to add, what is the column name I want to add? Address. Address and address name. Okay, this is ADDR address, and I'll give the varchar of 100. Done. Now when I execute this, see, and now I will refresh this table, because it will not be even though I added one column, but it will not show here. So for that purpose, I need to refresh this. Once I refresh, then I can see a column called address with the varchar index. See, this is adding a column. If I want to change the existing column, like here name I have declared as varchar 10, right? I want to alter the column as varchar some 100. I want to change the size of this name. So then what I will do, alter table DDL test. Then next I will do alter command, not add, alter column. What is the column name? It is a name varchar of 100 or 50. That's it. So this is for adding new column. This is for changing the existing column. That's it. Now the command has been completed. When I click refresh, now I can see a column with the varchar. That name previously it was 10 characters. Now it will be 50 characters. Okay. This is a way to alter the column. Now what I want to drop the address column. Then what I will do, alter. See, if I want to change the structure, if I want to remove the one column from the structure, then alter table, same using alter table DDL underscore test. Then I'll use a drop column. Drop is a command to drop that. Okay, whichever, see, in that names entire list there are some blue color and normal color, right? See, whichever appears as a blue color, it is a system defined commands. Drop column name is ADDR, that's it. When I drop this, automatically that column will be dropped, see, and when I refresh this, there will be no address column here. Okay, so alter is to add a exist. By using alter, you can do three types: add a existing add a new column, change the structure of existing column, or drop a column. This is a way you will be using alter command. Okay, next, if I want to delete the entire structure, from this, if I want to delete entire structure, then what I am going to do, I am going to drop the entire table. Then I will be using drop table and the table name, ddl underscore test. Now when I execute this, that table will be dropped. If I refresh the tables in the database, then I can't see the table names here. Okay, drop table. The same way to drop the column, I am using drop column name, drop table name. So this is nothing but the object. So after drop command, you will use the object type and whatever you want. Since I am doing the column, but when you want to drop a column, it will show which table. So that's why you will use the alter command, which the alter command will point to the table, and after that you can delete the command. See, instead of selecting that command, if I try to drop only this one, what system is going to do? It's going to show an error, right? Which table I need to drop that column. So that's why you will be using adding one more command, that is alter table. So automatically it will point to the table, and then from the table it will drop the column. Okay, so we have seen three commands. One is a create command, another is the alter one, and the other is a drop one. And regarding truncate, I am going to explain at the end, because there is I want to explain difference between truncate and delete at the end. Okay, so this is a DDL. If you have any doubts in this, please let me know. I am going to start the other topic. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Manas.
అది ఆల్టర్ కమాండ్లో కాలం నేమ్ మార్చడానికి కదా.
కాలం నేమ్ మార్చొచ్చు. ఆల్టర్ టేబుల్ DDL test, ఆల్టర్ కాలం నేమ్ మార్చొచ్చు. చూస్తున్నా ఒకసారి.
ఓకే.
ఆల్టర్ కాలం ఓహో, మోడిఫై అనే కమాండ్ ఉందా? కాదు, ఆల్టరే వస్తుంది అనుకుంటా. ఒకసారి ఆల్టర్లో చూద్దాం. ఓకే, పేర్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ 10 to which one I want to change it to other one, nm where care of 2. ఒకసారి గూగుల్లో చూస్తే మీకు ఐడియా వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఓకే మానస్, ఒకసారి లేకుంటే చూద్దాము. 1 minute. Change the name of existing column in a table. Rename అనే కమాండ్ వచ్చింది. SQL. Okay. Alter table change ఉంది. ఓకే, లైట్ ఇది కాదు. ఇంకా చాలా డెప్త్ వెళ్తే ఇంకా బాగానే ఉంటాయి. SQL సర్వర్ కొడుతుంది. rename column in T-SQL. Yeah. Alter table, table name. Oh yeah, rename command, column old name to new name. Yeah. SP rename. Yeah, rename అనే స్టోర్ ఇన్బిల్ట్ స్టోర్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఉంది. మీ యాక్చువల్గా మీరు సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్లో ఈ రీనేమ్ కమాండ్ వాడలేరు, మీరు ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, అయితే బేసిక్గా మీరు ఏంటి అంటే ఒక ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్బిల్ట్ స్టోర్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఉంది సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్కి. ఓకే, సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్కి ఇన్బిల్ట్ స్టోర్ ప్రొసీజర్. సో బై యూజింగ్ ద ఇన్బిల్ట్ స్టోర్ ప్రొసీజర్ యూ కెన్ డూ దట్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ సింటాక్స్. సో SP rename, the table name is, what is my table name? It is a DDL underscore test dot, what is the column name I want to rename it as? Name. Okay, I'll give the new column name, that's it. New column name as NM, and it is a type of column, right? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay, query successfully completed. And if I do the refresh, then it will be, it is changed to the NM, or yeah, it is changed to the NM. Okay, so it is a system defined store procedure. So by using the store procedure, you can change the structure of the column, you can change the name of the column. Okay, if you want, you can make a note of the store procedure. So this is a column name you want to change, this is a destination column, and it is a type of column. Okay, you are changing the column, right? So you can give that column name. I think same way you can change the indexes also, I think. I am not sure. Yeah, you can change the indexes also, I think. Index name which you already created, or the primary key. I am not sure. I think constraints you need to, you can't alter it. You need to drop and recreate that one. Yeah. Okay.
అప్పుడు డ్రాప్ చేస్తే డేటా పోతుంది ఆ రోజులో ఉన్న డేటా.
Yeah, if you drop, entire column will be deleted, and even the data present in that column will be deleted. Drop. So that's the use of the drop. See, you are dropping the column, so entire column will be erased. If you have dropped the table, entire table will be erased. So there will be no structure. Okay. So that's why you need to be cautious while doing any using the drop command. Okay.
భాస్కర్ అని
Yeah.
ఇక్కడ రీనేమ్ ఇక్కడ SP అండర్స్కోర్ అది కూడా ఇవ్వాలా? అర్థం కాలేదా?
Yeah, it is a stored procedure, so don't worry about the stored procedure. Okay, I am going to cover it later on. So to the stored procedure, you are passing a parameters. Okay, so I'll explain you when you go to the stored procedure, you can find out. So until then, you can make a note of this. These are the system. See, Microsoft developed its own system defined functions. Okay. Yeah. యా వినయ్, ఒకసారి నువ్వు చెప్పావు కదా, ఒకసారి ట్రై చేసి చూడాలి సన్న మాడిఫై అదొకటి రీనేమ్. ఓకే ఓకే, అంటే ఇందులో నేను చూస్తా లేదు, రీనేమ్ ద ఏం పనిచేస్తలేదు కదా, దాని బదులు యా ఆర్కిల్కి సీక్వెల్కి కొద్దిగా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఆర్కిల్లో ఈవెన్ మీ సిస్టమ్ డేటా సిస్టమ్ టేబుల్స్కి దీంట్లో ఉన్న సిస్టమ్ టేబుల్స్కి చాలా డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. మనము దీంట్లోనేమో సెలెక్ట్ గెట్ డేట్ అని ఇస్తే డైరెక్ట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది నాకు. ఆర్కిల్లోనేమో ఫన్ జ్యూఎల్ అని ఇస్తారు, నువ్వు ఒక డిఫాల్ట్ టేబుల్ పెట్టుకొని ఇస్తారు కదా. యా యా కొద్ది బేసిక్ సింటాక్స్ డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది ఇదే. సో ఎవ్రీవన్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ విత్ దిస్ DDL1?
We are using the apostrophes in the last execution. Is that necessary?
So I didn't get that, sorry.
We are using the apostrophes in the last execution procedure. Execution.
Uh-huh.
Are the apostrophes? I mean, we didn't use the apostrophes previously. Do we need to use it? Like apostrophe DDL underscore test.
Oh yeah, this is you are passing parameters to a stored procedure. So you will be knowing when you go to the stored procedures. Okay. So because you are passing a string data type, so in order to pass a string data type, you need to send in the codes only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So mostly when you go to the stored procedure, until then you can make a note of this command. See, execute procedure name, SP underscore name is the name of the procedure. This is a table name dot column name, source table name dot column name. This is a destination column which you want to change that column name, and it is a type of column, so you will give it as a type column. That's it. Okay, make a note of this if you want. And next we are going to see DML, data manipulation language. Okay, so what I will do, I will stop the video